All right, all right. I want to start by giving all glory and all praises unto the Lord Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi, Brakatah Yahawah, Brakatah Yahawashi, Brakatah Yahawah, and Brakatah Yahawashi. I want to give all glory and praise unto those holy and powerful names of Yahawah being the Father, and Yahawashi being his only begotten Son. This is Brother Malachi coming at you again through the Spirit of Yahawashi Yahawashi, coming in the way of the Bahashim Quadash, which is the Holy Spirit of truth. And I want to say this as well. May the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi, Shalak, Hada Ka, Quadash Labana, Ha by Ka Yahar, the Wab, the water, that the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi send down the Holy Spirit unto me through the Spirit, so that I can be edifying in this particular lesson, which isn't going to be a particular long lesson at all. It's just in regards. I just want to make a real quick, maybe 10-minute, 20-minute, I don't know, just whatever the Spirit gives me, just in regards to this, because I saw this and the Spirit hit me like, hey, you could do, a few precepts on this and, get up out of there. But the point is, I'm going to play this video back, and so we can get the understanding, and then we're going to get some respective precepts of it. And I want to make a point at the end that ultimately what the person did in the video, which is a woman, that she didn't even necessarily even have to do. This is just a spirit that's on them, what I mean? And, we're just going to get the precepts, and we're going to hit the comment board, and, that's it. But we're going to let the video play. We're going to get the gist of it. I might skip around, because it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't got to watch the whole 3-minute and 45-second video for you to get the, what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and then we're going to get to some precepts.
And one of them was that her home was being foreclosed on. She needed thousands of dollars fast. So she turned to the...
Actually, let me make a disclaimer and just read the title of this so real quick. It says, as times... This is uploaded Arrows of Indignation. Subscribe to be edified. It says, as times get harder, many women, will result to this, which what she resorted to was pornography, but we're going to get into that. It says, will result to this, former deputy turned corn star, and he spelled corn star or porn star with a K, which we understand, we know that's pornography. All right. But this is what many women, it says here, that they're going to turn to. And not ultimately, porn is an avenue, or just straight up prostitution in and of itself, which these women are already prostituting themselves anyway, because that word prostitute, when you go into the etymology of that word, it means to set before. And that's what these women are doing when they have social medias and things like that, Twitter, all this stuff. They got pictures and shit, you can see everything. And basically they're pimping themselves out, because if you can see it, then shit, if your bitch is on Instagram, then I got access. If your female is on Instagram, then I got access to your female at all times. She's just a DM away from hearing from me, or hearing from some other, whatever dude that she fancy. You know what I'm saying? So these women are already prostituting themselves, but what it's going to come down to, prostituting themselves in the want of things, in the want of all things, especially food, shelter, protection, things that women need because they're women, and they're a weaker vessel, and they're weak. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, there's no such thing as a strong, independent woman. That is a fairy tale. That does not exist. All right. So they're going to seek a man's protection, as the scriptures speak about within the scriptures. It speaks about how a man should be a hiding place from the wind. All right. Which goes into that destruction. All right. That's going to be brought upon you from on high, which is from Yahawashi Yahawashi, because we know that the Lord has made it his, the Lord's going to destroy Babylon the Great for his wickedness and for his atrocities against the children of Israel. So, in the midst of this place circling the drain and all hell breaking loose and all that chaos, then women are going to need to, and they're going to need protection. And ultimately, before the chaos breaks out and, before chaos and things get too crazy, they're going to have financial problems. As we're going to play this video, we're going to hear about her financial problems. Many women are having financial problems even right now as we speak, and they're going to continue to increase as this financial system fails, as this dollar continues to fail, as they try to bring in their MOTB technology, which is the market of beasts. But before that, bills, pressure from the world to people got debt, man. People in debt, man. Student loans, all type of stuff. People are in debt to Esau, so they got to pay. So women are going to result to like I say, prostitution. More women are going to be checking for you. They're not just gonna be checking for you to throw you some pussy just for no reason. They throwing you pussy, they might like you, there might be a reason, but no woman, in my opinion, I speak as a man, no woman is gonna give you pussy or give you something, especially, box, and it don't come with nothing. She wants something out of it, whether she wants your time, commitment, she wants some money, she wants something. She's not giving you free box just to give you free box. She wants something. It's a down payment, most times. You know what I'm saying? Most of the times, I speak as a man, so, don't quote me. But nonetheless, man, the men of the Lord, or the Israelite man, is going to be a hiding place from destruction, man. Ultimately. So let's get that precept. I believe that. What's that? Isaiah. Let me see. This is Isaiah. Let me see. So let's start with Psalms the 32nd verse, 7th chapter. It says, "But thou art my hiding place." See, the men of the Lord willing we be a part of that number. We hide ourselves in the secret hiding place of Yahawashi under his spiritual umbrella, if you will. Under him, our faith is in him. Our fear is in him. That Lord willing, we be a part of that number and he protect us. Our hiding place is in Yahawashi, within our faith, within him. Okay, but the woman's hiding place from all this destruction is with her man, and that man is linked and tapped in with Yahawashi, because Yahawashi is going to protect that man, and since that man is dealing with that woman, the Lord's going to protect that woman as well, because that's his possession. So the Lord's going to spare his possession, man. The Lord's gonna deliver. If the woman is right, if the woman's in her right mind, she's doing right, and the Lord have mercy, then that's how women are gonna slack it. That's how men are gonna be a hiding place, because the Lord Yahawashi is gonna put a spiritual hedge, a spiritual protection on the men of the Lord, which is representation of the elect, the hopeful elect that's written about in the scriptures. Matthew, when you go and read Revelations, the 14th chapter, Revelations, the 7th chapter, Matthew, the 24th chapter, when you go into, what's that scripture? Matthew, the 17th chapter, when it goes into that prayer, Matthew 17:9, where he says, I pray for them and not for the world. The Lord's praying for the hopeful elect. So there's the elect that has a spiritual exemption from judgment and from the destruction that's going to be caused, and therefore they're going to be protected. And while they're protected, the women that they're dealing with and that they're linked to are going to be also going to be protected. So therefore, that's how a man is going to be a hiding place from the destruction. So these women are going to be checking for you. They're going to be looking. Eventually, they're going to be, if you're not getting no women now, even I can attest that women are checking, even for me, and I don't be, hey, it is what it is. I gotta fuck with, we gotta focus and shit, but more women, if you notice, are checking for brothers and just checking for men in general, because we get into them times, man. They can't continue to be proud and all these things, and I don't need a man. That like I say, that's a fairy tale that does not exist. A strong, independent woman does not exist. No nation, even an Israelite woman, none of that doesn't exist on planet Earth. That don't exist. That's a fairy tale. That is a lie, a well-conceived fable lie to deceive silly women into thinking that they can do what we do, or have some equalness of the sexes. That's not what the Lord Yahawashi set up. According to 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, the Lord set up order, okay, and women and Esau, Edom, being the king of the earth right now, or the ones in the rulership, the wicked, like it speaks about in Malachi, they have set it up to where women are worshipped, man. There's a lot of woman worship, man. A lot of that Roman romance that comes from. Let me see. Let me actually look something up real quick. You know, because Esau got the world in a trick bag with how you deal with your woman. You know, where did romance? Oh, Slocky. Cause I'm under the understanding that the romance and all that stuff comes from Rome, ancient Rome. So let's see. I just wanted to get more information on it. So this is, you know, this is you know, we learn, man. We learn, and we go into words, and we go into things and things of that nature. So all this romance, all this quote unquote love shit that women speak about, and that they create these ideas around in the movies and things of that nature are based like upon principles that's not even of our culture. It's of heathen cultures, of heathenistic cultures, and things of that nature that we're not even to get into, because we are the nation of Israel. We are supposed to be separate and a peculiar people outside of all that wickedness, man, outside of all the actions that the heathens do. You know, the actions and things that they do, we don't do. You know what I'm saying? We are adverse to the things that they do, okay? Because we're a whole different people, according to the scriptures, called Yahawashi. Now, this is the AI overview, and it says the word romance has multiple origins, including the languages of the Gauls, and the development of the Roman literacy form of the idea of romantic love. Okay. It says the word romance comes from Latin, which the Romans, you know, ancient Rome, they spoke Latin. They spoke Latin, Greek, and Hebrew. You know, some of them. It says the word romance comes from Latin Romunculus. If I'm saying that right, I might not be saying that right. It says, which means Roman style. Okay, so we are basically loving our women or dealing with our woman. If you're not in your right mind, if you're not following after the Lord Yahawashi and have returned unto your identity as being a nation, as being a Hebrew Israelite from your respective tribe, whether it be, you know, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Issachar, Manasseh, you know, Asher, whatever it may be, and then you're not in your right mindset and how to deal with women. You know what I'm saying? And dealing with women is the least of our concern right now. But we make lessons on this, so, you know, brothers who are in that burning spirit, or, you know, who are already in a relationship and that's not on game and shit like that, can know. But ultimately, this is just more, you know, a spiritual warning, and it's also prophecy. All right, because the Lord said that, you know, a man was going to be a hiding place from the wind. So that would mean that Yahawashi is going to set the conditions on the earth to where it's going to be bad. It's going to be just terrible. So women are going to have to seek out a man for protection, because it's going to be that bad. All right, it's going to be, the Lord said that he was going to send plagues. All right, he was going to send plagues from on high. He was going to plague Egypt again, like it speaks about in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. He was going to plague Egypt again. This is that new Egypt, man, that new place of bondage, that spiritual bondage for the children of Israel is Babylon the Great, aka America. This is that spiritual bondage here. Well, spiritual bondage and physical bondage, but we're no longer in physical captivity, but we are still in physical captivity, if you understand what I'm saying. We just don't got we're not in chattel slavery, but we're still in slavery, if you understand what I'm saying. You know, slavery we're enslaved to this system, you know, and ultimately the system is going to want you to take that MOTB to enslave you even more, and that's where you cut it off. You know, because right now we're using the world, not abusing the world, because we got to be in the world. We got to do what we got to do. We got to handle our business, but at the same time we got to serve the Lord Yahawashi. But once they try, which ain't no try, once they implement that MOTB, that mark of the beast, that's when, according to the scriptures, we lean on the Lord. That's when, you know what I'm saying, it ain't no, nah, we're not doing that. We're not conforming to that, because the Lord said that in Revelation 14, you do this, I'm gonna do this to you. So we don't want the Revelations 14. We don't want the destruction. We don't want the brimstone, and we don't want to get fucked up. All right. But anyway, going further in. So basically, we're loving, you know, the majority of the world that don't have the understanding of how Yahawashi in his wisdom and understanding, because it's spiritually discerned, they're loving their women after the Roman style, how the Romans did it, the Roman style, according to this right here. After how heathens did it, the Edomites did it, So how we, deal with our women, or how the majority of the world deals with the women on a day-to-day, is not actually sound biblically, with that woman worship, with that kissing up to her, and all this love, and all this all this overly pursuing a woman of affection. That's not how this goes, man. You know what I'm saying? But it says, let's read on. It says it originated in the 5th century during the decline. Okay. During the decline of the Roman Empire, the Gauls, who lived in a region that included modern-day France, Belgium, and Western Germany, and northern Italy, spoke Latin-deprived language called Gallo-Romance, which they called Romanus. The Romance literary form originated in France in the mid-12th century. It was originated in the context of aristocratic courts, was characteristic by a treatment of chivalry. Okay. It says the idea of romantic love. This is what should be what I want to get into. It says the idea of romantic love has originated in the Middle Ages. Some factors may have contributed to its development. Church reforms that shifted Christianity and focus from God to God the Father to the Christ humanity. The circulation of a cult that was Slack it. It says some say that romance is a modern invention, and it is. This is not the way we actually deal with women. You don't simp after women and call it, how you deal with women. Call it romance. That's what they call it, but that's not how you actually deal with women. You know what I'm saying? It's really cut and dry, really. How you deal with women. But the way that we're doing it now, the whole girlfriend, boyfriend, this is all, she gotta like me, she gotta give me a chance. All that's all everything that we know about, women and how we're supposed to deal with them after this system is off. We got to bring it back to the biblical, how it was done in the ancient world biblically. You know what I'm saying? In which it will go back to in the kingdom. But right now, we're in an adulterous generation, so we got to deal with Esau, Edom, and how things are right now until the Lord Yahawashi shall take this man out of rulership, which will shortly happen. But it says, some say that romance is a modern invention that was promoted by businessmen to sell movie tickets and jewelry. They say that people didn't value love or emotions in general until they became economically independent. But anyway, that's all I want to bring out on that. So let's go back to the scripture and continue making a point. It says, "Thou art my hiding place; thou shalt preserve me from trouble, and thou shalt compass me about with the songs of deliverance." So the Lord's going to deliver His elect, and by that, the Lord's going to deliver whoever the elect's dealing with, whatever his woman is, which will be his wife. So if it's an Israelite, because a woman cannot be a wife if she's not an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand what I just said right there, then I'll have to make a separate lesson, because I'm not finna go into that right now. But she can only be a wife in an adjoining sense, if she's an Israelite. If she's a woman and she's of another nation and you're dealing with her, then that's just a concubine. All right, real quick, just to say that. It says, "Thou art my hiding place, and thou shalt preserve me from trouble." So the Lord's going to preserve His men, the elect, and by product preserve their wives. So that's how a man is going to be. That's how a man is a hiding place from the wind of destruction. So let's get into that precept, and then we'll continue on. We'll play the video. It says, "And a man shall be a hiding place from the wind." That wind is in representation of destruction, death. Death is death. Because that's what's out here. That's what the plagues are going to lead to. You know what I'm saying? Death. You get too sick, you die. You get too cold, you die. You get too hot, you die. You don't eat enough, you die. The Lord is going to protect His elect men from death, famine, all type of shit. All right, Lord willing. It says that a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind and covert from the tempest. So the man is gonna be a shield against all that. So the woman is not gonna have to worry about that if that woman chooses and links up with one of the men of the Lord. Anyway, it says a covert from the tempest, as a river in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. It says, and the eyes of them that shall not be dim, and the ears of them shall hear and hearken. So the elect men, they're gonna be on point, man, and they're gonna be ready to do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to the video.
Adult entertainment industry.
My name is Shannon Laughlin. I was a deputy with Arapahoe County for 21.
All right, let me say one more thing. This is gonna be me speaking as a man, so excuse me in my folly. Any woman that is named Shannon, if she's a white woman, shit, if she black, fuck it. But especially if she white. If she's white, she's a white woman, Edomite or whatever, and her name is Shannon. She on go. She's on go. I promise you, she on go. I'm just speaking. Excuse me, my fault. I speak as a man. But if her name, in my experience, all Shannons that I have met have been some freaks. They on go skis. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Years.
But that career came to an end.
Look at her, man. She look like she on go. And she on go. You know what I'm saying? She on go. And it come to find out that she was really on go. But we finna get into it.
This week, as her secret emerged, the 44-year-old Laughlin ran her department's driving academy. But even with a steady paycheck, she ran into financial ruin, and this wife and mother felt she had no place to turn. You were kind of a deputy by day, and...
Right. Now, I don't know if she got an OnlyFans or what. It didn't get into detail, which is weird because y'all supposed to be the news, but the news is, news don't be reporting on shit, half shit for real. But anyway, it said that she's a wife and she's a mother. And we're gonna continue to play the rest of the video, but my question is, where the fuck is her husband at? She's saying that she's ran into all these financial woes and things of that nature. Where's her husband at? Like, why? Like, is her husband okay with her going and doing porn? Is her husband in the porn, or is she doing it with different men? Like, what the fuck? The fact that she went out. No, she got to be doing it with different men. That's why it's called the industry. So she's got to be dealing with different. She basically doing some horse shit, but she got a husband. That she's committing adultery, but she got to pay bills, according to her. Now, if brothers got a woman and she be like, hey baby, the bills is getting tight, I'm finna go suck some dick, or I'm finna go wild out and get some money so we can pay this shit, she committing adultery. The Lord's not okay with that. The Lord will pray to the Lord and have faith and do what you gotta do, and the Lord is gonna make a way for that bill to get paid, or something. You don't gotta resort, light a candle, I don't know, your woman don't gotta resort to committing adultery on you in the relationship to go to make ends meet. That's still a sin. The Lord's not okay with that. The Lord's like, you cheated on one of the men of the Lord because you had to go make. No, it's still adultery. You can't do that. You just got to handle it a different way. When things get hard, you don't just go fuck someone else for some money, or because that's what women are, man. They're really sex objects. Just keep it a bean. That's really how they gonna make their money. That's what it is. You can be mad about it or not. That's what they are, and that's what it is. But they are greatly important. They have a greatly important position and role within the kingdom and within, society, and how they're actually supposed to work in their proper order. But Anyway, this woman is committing adultery. Now, I didn't make this video to be like this is an adulterous woman, but I mean, the women, these women are adulterous. You know, in and of itself, it's in them. It's in them. You know. At the end of the day, you know, because I was under the impression that she didn't have a husband, and that she was just doing this to get some bread because she, you know, she had kids, but she had nobody with her. You know what I'm saying? But she got a husband and all that and kids, and she's still doing this. So it's like, you know, like, hey, you know, women. But desperate times calls for desperate measures, and those outside of this faith, you know, they're gonna do desperate things, and this is gonna be one of them. You know, so you already know when shit hit the fan, which it will. In the last days here, you know, scriptures say the love of many is gonna wax cold. Then you know that since she already, you know, getting routed out for Bill's sake, what more when famine is on the table? What more when her life is on the table? She giving up pussy. Yeah, man, bitches gonna be giving up pussy left and right. Women are gonna be giving up pussy to live because they're gonna be too scared to not be around a man. That's how the importance of a man, and not only just a man, one of the men of the Lord, is gonna be greatly emphasized here in these last days. And I cannot overly emphasize how important the Lord is gonna make a man, and not only that, one of the hopeful elect, Lord willing, you know, one of the men of the Lord, how precious they're gonna be in that day. Because a woman, a woman can't even open a damn jar, nor can she kill a spider. So when shit hit the fan, she's not gonna be capable. You know, she's gonna be too scared to really want to move too much unless her life is in peril. She's gonna want protection. She's gonna want to feel safe. What's she gonna do? Hunt for her own food, do all this other extracurricular activities, physical activities. She already a woman, and you know, during that time. So is she already listen, the worst time for women is coming up here in Jacob's trouble. The worst time ever to be a person with a vagina is coming up here in Jacob's trouble. You know, newsflash. So you need to get one of the men of the Lord. You need to find and get right with Yahawashi. You need to fear the Lord Yahawashi. You need to get the understanding. You need to watch videos. You need to pray. You need to fast. You need to do everything, especially if you're a woman. And shit, if you're one of the men of the Lord too, or one of the hopeful men of the Lord is, trying to receive mercy. We every day, all of us, we gotta pray and hope for mercy. But reading on.
And porn at night, essentially.
Ultimately, yeah, it could be construed as that. It could be considered a double life.
She entered the world of online porn just a couple of months ago, shooting scenes for various sites under an assumed name. These are about the only...
And let me tell you something. Women, man, listen, man. Women, man. Hey, man, women are women, man. So your woman going, man. Don't think you got some fucking valuable asset to your life. I mean, she holding you down, cool, but the Lord might put that bitch to death. So keep that in the back of your mind. She might be doing some shit you think she doing good, but the Lord sees she doing something behind your back that you don't see. He gonna put her to death for it in due time. So you don't think, hey, well, my woman gonna make it. Yeah. Hey, you might, you might not make it. We might not. Lord willing, I ain't trying to put doubt out there, but I'm saying, hey, your woman might not make it. That might be a possibility. Lord willing, we make it at the end of the day. That's the first object of importance that we get on the motherfucking ship at the end of the day. So, but point is, women are going, bro. The spirit of wanting to sleep around and deal with men and be viewed as attractive and sexy and just that it girl. All women, in my opinion, speaking as a man, want that feeling and want to be that girl. So it's in every last single one of them to be a whore and just to really just wild out. It is what it is. So Reading on.
Pictures of her online work we can show. It was quick cash and enough to catch up on her mortgage and hold off the bill collectors.
I was desperate. I was drowning. I found a very legal, lucrative means for providing that support for my family that I needed at that time to save my home for them and feed my family.
Her family home was ruined by a storm last year, she says. Nearly $500,000 in damage that insurance would not cover. With an adjustable rate mortgage, she says her payments had tripled, and she was facing the same financial challenges as millions of Americans.
But yeah, man, that's really the point on that. You know, it's gonna get more and more. You know, it's gonna get more and more you know, it's gonna get more and more difficult, especially for women and for men, if you're not, you know, within this, if you're not covered by Yahawashi ultimately. So let's end this off in Ezekiel, I want to say 9. Ezekiel 7 then. Salakia. This is shit. This is Ezekiel 9:4. It says, "And the Lord Yahawah said unto him, Go through in the midst of the city, and through the midst of Jerusalem," which represents, you know, the tribes of Israel, all 12 tribes, "through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men." And this is, Lord willing, we have this mark of exemption at the Wah. Lord willing, in Hebrew is the Wah. We have that mark of exemption from destruction from your Lord Yahawashi, because the scriptures speak about in Hebrews 10:31 that it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord Yahawashi and fall into the hands of the Lord. So we don't want no smoke with Yahawashi because he's a fearful power. He's a demon-like power. And so we really want that mark of exemption. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. All right. So with all that being said, reading the rest of it, it says, "And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst of." So these men have been put on point by the Holy Spirit of the atrocities and the wickedness that's going on around them, and they're vexed by it. You know, like Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. And so we're hoping like hell that we be a part of the hopeful elect, because there's no other way that we gonna get the fuck up out of here. You know, anyway, like that's our only hope. That's all we got is Yahawashi, because this place is gonna be fucking destroyed. So we gotta get you know, we gotta get taken up through the spirit by the chariots, man, or you know, we're cooked. So with all that being said, I pray this lesson was edifying. Just really quickly on this, you know, women and things of that nature, and how things are just gonna get progressively worse, you know, in society and things of that nature. But with all that being said, just you know, slakia for this video being a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna be. Sometimes the spirit hit and it's just like, oh, say this, and go into this real quick and, you know, touch on that. But it is what it is. So until the next video, this has been Brother Malachi. I want to say shalom.